Oh, Hollywood's dying. Let's just do a little dance for that because Disney is one of the latest big companies. You know, big tech's already gone through their purge and now it's coming through Hollywood because, yeah, things aren't looking all that rosy when it comes to finances. And new Bob, same as the old Bob, who is actually the older Bob to begin with, comes back in and has to release 7,000 of his good, loyal, useful idiots. 7,000 people amid a spending profitability crisis. Yep, Disney ain't recouping any of that money that's out there. And what are they getting rid of? Well, most of their media departments, because streaming, oh, that bubble popped, gone. Happiest place on earth, swimming in a sea of red ink and pink slips. Walt Disney Corporation is eliminating 7,000 jobs worldwide, are more than 3% of its workforce. As CEO, 7,000 jobs is 3% of its workforce. Holy. Slashing a stunning $5.5 billion in spending in an attempt to save the once formidable company. Bob Iger announced the cuts Wednesday during Disney's first quarter earnings report, saying that it's not an easy decision to make. Well, it's either I get a bonus or there's 7,000 people that can get fired. I like the bonus, and we can probably get rid of those people so I can have a bigger bonus. Yeah. This isn't necessarily to address the challenges we face today. I do not make this decision lightly. Bro, you knew exactly who you were going to be firing. Come on now. You were brought in because you're the kinder, gentler Bob. But we could all see this coming, man. Disney employs around 220,000 people worldwide, meaning the layoffs will impact 3.2% of the company. The layoffs are expected to hit the U.S. employees the hardest. That makes sense. With the DMED team, the Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution, bearing the brunt of the cuts. Why them specifically? Well, peek this. DMED encompasses Disney's streaming initiatives, including D+, yuck, with all of their fantastic content that it came out last year. Like, how many different Star Wars shows? Y'all remember the ones like that one and the other one, and all of the all of the well-received Marvel shows like She-Hulk. Oh, and WandaVision come out last year? No. Hawkeye? No. Moon Knight. Moon Knight came out last year. Y'all remember those? Ms. Marvel? Hey, that came... Yeah, see. In November, Disney reported that its streaming services lost a mind-boggling $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. Oh, wait. It gets worse. In the fourth quarter alone. Whoa! Fourth quarter, you lost all that. What was streaming on Disney at that time? A Star Wars show and a Marvel show. She-Hulk and Andor. Very interesting. And you guys lost $1.5 billion. Bruh. Failure. Disney layoffs are part of a larger media industry bloodbath, a culling of the herd, if you will, that has seen competitors, including Warner Brothers Discovery, which is on the fast track to failure. Yo, did you guys peek that new DCU? DC, who cares? DCPU slate? Lord have mercy. Paramount Global. Oh, right. Yeah, Paramount. That's going to be renaming their streaming service again. And Netflix. Yeah, it was cracking down on password sharing back when they used to say sharing is caring. And now it's if you share, we're basically getting the rocks. Their headcount in the face of a weak consumer sentiment, brought to you by runaway inflation and the prospect of a prolonged economy under Joe Biden. That, and you guys just put out shit content. Let's just call it exactly what it is. Like, yeah, obviously, inflation and, economic downturn, less excess money, less excess spending cash out there in the ether. If you had good stuff, people would make the requisite sacrifices in order to sign up for your stupid little service. But here's the thing, man. You just continue to push out content and nobody cares because it's just the same crap over and over again. It's just replaceable garbage with just interchangeable characters pushing the same nonsense feminist intersectional agenda. Call it woke, but it's definitely not getting turned on because nobody wants to watch this crap. There's been more of it than ever. They continue to push out shit over and over and over again. And it's not helping their bottom line. You've oversaturated the market. And you're Disney, man. Disney. You rode the trends right into the ground. Oh well. Layoffs also come after a disastrous 2020 that saw Disney stock plummet 44% and them firing their CEO in the middle of the night on a Sunday. A Sunday night, they fired their CEO, Bob Chapek, at a concert, bro. Disney's financial woes come as the company's increasingly embracing transgenderism, critical race theory, and other forms of woke politics in its entertainment aimed at children. Do you think that that's a recent adoption? Do you think that this is actually going to change their perspective? Hell no. This is just going to make them double down even harder. This is going to be from, okay, you think that shit was bad right now? Just wait, just peek a couple of years' time, because everything that has led to this economic downturn, that stuff, that's already been in the can, man. While all of their failings have been happening in real time, they were shooting the projects that are going to be coming out in 23, in 24, in 25. If there's any course correction that's going to be happening going forward, we're not going to see it. We're not going to see it under this presidential term, okay? Maybe 26, maybe 27. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And because she's kind of looking like a Disney villain at this point in time, these are the type of things that you're going to be seeing, because Hollywood entertainment in general, at least the old school, the old methods of entertainment, they're just going to increasingly start to lash out. Madonna blames ageism and misogyny. Long lens camera. I didn't say you look like a horse. I said that you look like an old ram, but okay. It's like if, I'm thinking like if there's going to be a new iteration of cars and they need to do an accurate rendition of the Dodge logo, yeah, Madonna's face can be there. Hey, she's definitely got work coming for comments about her face. What's wrong with her face at the Grammys? No, there's been something wrong with her face for a long time. She looks like an alien. Now she just looks like Princess Leia alien. Madonna responded to people criticizing her appearance at the Grammys by blaming ageism and misogyny. That's interesting. I know it's misogyny, but misogyny's hilarious. As well as a long lens camera that would distort anybody's face. Is that the problem right there? Or have we seen your TikToks and your Instagram lives where you continue to look like one of those gray aliens from Area 51? Your face has been distorted not by camera lenses, but by just butchers that you refer to as plastic surgeons. It's really atrocious. After seeing Madonna, at least the ghost of Madonna, the corpse that identifies as Madonna introduced Sam Smith and transgender singer Kim Petras, unholy performance, at the Grammys. People talking about that, complaining about this nonsense, bro. That's gonna be the least of your worries. We're gonna take a look at that in like 3-4 years time and just be like, oh, people were outraged at that. No, there's literal butt fucking going on the stage right now. Madonna reacted to the criticism by taking to social media to blame her ageism and misogyny and a type of camera that was used to photograph her. Did she have a British accent on in this instance? No. Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which is about giving thanks to the fearlessness of the artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose only to talk about close-up photos taken of me with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anyone's face, she wrote. Once again, I'm caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. Oh, that's nice. A world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45. Bruh, we could pull up, I don't have anything from Daily Mail on my little docket here right now, but you will consistently see, what's her name? Donna DeErico, Paulina Porzakova, Kim Kardashian's pushing about 45. That's just factually untrue. And feels the need to punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. Absolutely not. There are plenty of women who don't make a career out of sexualizing themselves, that are, well, celebrated or whatever you want at over 45 years of age. It's just somebody who marketed themselves completely as a sexual being, somehow realizing that now, instead of being lauded for your looks, now you're being criticized for whatever that is supposed to be. Things like this is what happens when you can't take responsibility for your own failings. It's happening with Disney right now. They went incredibly woke. They will continue to be going woke because they went broke. Now they will go woke even harder. Madonna, man, your idea was that comb bra, okay? You were all about showing your tits, your ass, and all of that stuff. Sexualizing yourselves to the max. You were maxing out your talents. Your mediocre music was propped up by your ability to latch on to every other sexual being that was out there. Kissing Britney Spears on stage stage shaking ass and popping pussy with Christina Aguilera, that was you, because you had no jump shot. You could only drive to the basket, and you popularized and you made that your jam. You absolutely destroyed that way back in the 80s. But it was a little less tolerable back when you were on the other side of 40. But there were still some simps that were out there saying that, oh, she looks so good for her age and what I would give. I remember that stuff. I was way too young to be engaging in any of that. And that was, what, the early 2000s anyways, back when Austin Powers was still popping off. But now, you're 64 years old looking like some sort of a CGI monstrosity. That wouldn't be too out of place at a Disney production right now. Their CGI budget is through the roof, but their production is through the floor. So they're casting for an evil witch or something like that. You should probably throw your name into the hat. I think if they eventually end up doing that remake of the original Star Wars trilogy and they want a female Darth Vader, perfect look right there. Absolutely horrifying. So it's not ageism. It's not misogyny. It's you made a bad choice. Now you have to live with it. And Disney, well, Disney's going to have to learn that the hard way. Oh, well, sucks to suck, I guess. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.